Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'll try to keep my comments brief this morning. My parents were just in town, and one evening we decided we wanted to watch a family movie. And my father suggested a film that he had enjoyed as a child, and I and my siblings had enjoyed as children, and now I think it's safe to say that my children enjoyed as well. It's a 1950s film called The Court Jester. It's a spoof of The Swashbucklers. Now, this satire on Robin Hood does not have the typical hero, which is the leader of the rebel band in the woods. The hero in this story is an entertainer who's run away to join the rebel forces by making them laugh with song. But through a strange course of events, he is now on a real mission for the rebels, and he has with him the captain. Kind of unusual for a 1950s movie, but she is a tough gal, right? She gives orders, she can fire weapons, and they're on this mission together, and it involves a baby. But the captain has just watched our hero sing a baby to sleep, and she realizes that she's in love with him, and she starts to express her affection. He says, "Are you sure you wouldn't rather have the tough guy? The stoic?" She says, "No, I think that there's strength in tenderness and vulnerability." Sometimes strength is not about wielding a sword. Sometimes strength is about being open. So how does this tie into our Torah portion? When the spies are sent to look at the land, they are given a list of things to examine. They're asked to figure out whether the people are strong or weak. And they're asked to figure out whether the cities are weak or fortified. They don't answer the question about the cities because they're so fixated on talking about how strong and mighty and terrible the people are there. But the question does get answered in our Haftorah. We always read a selection of prophets after the Torah, and the sages who paired the prophetic readings with the Torah portions knew what they were doing. These texts are in conversation with one another. We do find out about the cities in the Haftorah because we're told about the city of Jericho. And we're told that the woman Rahab actually lives in the walls of the city. It's a fortified city. Of course, we all know what happens to Jericho's walls eventually, right? Okay, what does the Midrash have to say about this? What does it mean that the spies left out of the report that the cities were fortified? The Tanhuma, which is an ancient collection of Midrash, says, look, strong people live in open cities. They live in, the word in the text is machanot, which is related to the word for camping or tents, right? Strong people live in open cities. Weak people live in fortified cities. In other words, if you're really so strong, what do you need the walls for? There's a later commentary that I liked, and he takes it one step further. His name is Ha'amak HaDavar, 19th century Eastern Europe. And he said that there's an advantage to living in an open city. Because when danger comes, he says, you can gather quickly. You can react in a flexible way. So not only is there a personal strength in living outside of walls, but perhaps there's a communal strength. Now let's read walls as a metaphor. I'll bring you yet one more text to talk about how strong people don't need to wall themselves off. This is from the prophet Zechariah. He writes, "I looked up and saw a man with a measuring line in his hand. And then I asked, 'Where are you going?' He answered me, 'To measure Jerusalem, to see what is its width and what is its length.' Then the angel who talked with me came forward, and another angel came forward to meet him. And they said to him, 'Run and say to that young man, Jerusalem shall be inhabited like villages without walls, because of the multitude and people and animals in it. For I will be a wall of fire around it, says God, and I will be the glory within it.'" So Zechariah has this vision. He sees a man in the future measuring out Jerusalem. He says, "What are you doing?" He says, "Well, I'm getting ready to build a wall. I need to know how long it is and how wide it is." And the angels that have been accompanying the prophet Zechariah say, no, go and tell him there's no need for walls. Because in the future, God will be the wall. Last night we spoke about faith. And we noted, too, that not all of us are sure we have faith in God. So we talked about what else might you have faith in. That the goodness of humanity will outweigh the evil. That times will always get better. That you have the ability to accomplish something difficult. That is what Zechariah is talking about. When we have faith, when we have a belief in something greater than ourselves, whatever that faith is for each individual, then we don't need walls. What we need is inner strength, because no matter how well we build a wall, we all know it can come tumbling down. So my prayer for us today is that we recognize our own strength, that we live in a way that is open and flexible and vulnerable. May we all be blessed in this way. Not too many walls. Shabbat Shalom.